Right, so Ajmal, we've seen the fixtures. All feels like it's getting a little bit closer now to the start of the season. Just looking at the fixture list, how excited are you to be starting at Lords, which I know is one of your favourite grounds?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with you. I think all the boys were as well when the fixture list came out. It kind of puts that little. Well, it gives us a focus really. Well, it doesn't get much of a better focus than Lords' first game away. Yeah, my old stomping ground with the MCC. Nice to go back there. I wasn't there the last time we went last year when unfortunately I don't know if we won or lost, or I think it was a tight game. But yeah, it'd be really nice with a new head coach, fresh beginnings. To go to Lords and notch up a win under our belts.
Yeah, and the first home game of the season as well against Sussex. We have fond memories of playing them at their place. The end of the season, a good victory to end what had been a difficult campaign. Hopefully, we can get some momentum at the start of this season against them.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Look, I mean, first game at home, as much as we're playing away in the first game, it'd be lovely to win. First game at home means a lot, right? Start of the season, we're hoping for some good weather. We've always had belting wickets here. And to play Sussex, who will still be feeling some of the scars and we'll have some wounds from the last time we played them, where it was a fantastic win for us last game of the season. So yeah, look, it'd be really good to kind of hopefully continue the momentum that we pick up at Middlesex, transfer it, first home fixture here, show the supporters, kind of the direction we're taking, and under Mickey, kind of just really pushing for what we're trying to do this year, which is, just putting some very strong performances, show the other counties that we're here to kind of make our mark, and to give the opportunity to a lot of those players to show people what they're about. So yeah, look, really exciting times to come.
Yeah, and it's the return of the Chesterfield Festival of Cricket as well. First time since 2019 we've been able to go there for the full week. Nice. You got a taste of it last year in the 10 over one-day game.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to going there, not only for the Middlesex first class game, but also the Yorkshire T20, which is always a big one?
Yeah, look, I remember playing in those fixtures. It was more the T20s when I played for Yorkshire. Great venue. I mean, we went there last year for the T10 and it was amazing. Like, the weather was poor, the outfield was wet. We just managed to get together a 10 over game, but it was, you could see the atmosphere was brilliant, and you can imagine with some good weather about, with a bigger crowd, with some stalls going on around the outside, it's going to be fantastic, especially sat in the middle of that beautiful park. It's a great place. So I think the 4-day Middlesex game, if we play the brand of cricket we want to play, and hopefully having taken lots of good momentum forward from the previous games going into that game at Chesterfield, I think it's going to be set up to be a fantastic festival week.
Yeah, and of course we had a lot of tied games in the T20 last year, ones that could have gone either way, none more so than the tied game against Notts here. That was a smaller crowd then, but it was still a raucous crowd. Hopefully a packed in Cora County ground this year, and we can exact some revenge on them.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, look, whether it's Notts, whether it's Yorkshire, or whether it's Middlesex, you want to beat your opposition, and you want them, you want to put in some good performances, strong performances. And like you said, T20s last year, I guess we were unlucky. So if you want to look at it that way, there were lots of draws, so we just didn't manage to get across the line. And from what I've seen of the boys training indoors this year, there's a real drive to get better, like not just the 5%ers. It's to get dramatically better, to put on some really good performances. So fingers crossed when we get into those situations again, we're winning those tight battles. So fingers crossed if we win some of those games we tied last year, then we'll put ourselves in a strong position going into hopefully the semis and the quarters, etc.
Yeah, and looking at the team as well, of course it depends what happens with the 100 draft, but looking at the squads, we could have a very strong team in the Royal London Cup as well. When you look at the likes of Billy Godalman and Shan Masood, both average 50 in 50 over cricket. It's a hell of a top order, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, whether you want to look at it, whether we're lucky or whether we're unlucky, we're probably not going to have lots of players in the 100 ball comp. Now, I know there's lots of players in our dressing room who would like to put their names in the hat for that, especially as that wild card draft or wild card pick, and there's going to be lots of guys working hard over the winter and going into the summer to put their names in lights for that. But like you said, if we don't get many players picked up in the 100 ball, then we'll be one of the fewer sides with pretty much all our squad together, which I think it puts us in the strongest position as we can be. And as you said, we've got some guys from top to bottom who are it's a great opportunity for them to show how good they can be at 50 over cricket. We saw glimpses of it last year. I'm also very excited for some of the younger players who haven't been able to kind of take the stage and show everybody what they're about. The likes of Ben Aitchison's, the likes of Sam Connors, me being biased towards the bowlers, but it'd be really good to see those guys on the park, get some experience under their belt, but at the same time playing in a side where by that stage you'd like to think that winning has become a bit of a habit, and they understand the formula that's required to win and what it feels like. You stick Alex Thompson in there, who's a new signing off spinner. It's just very, very exciting for me. So from a bowling perspective, I'd like to see them boys on the park. From a batting perspective, I just want to see our boys get lots and lots of runs so our bowlers can bowl to it. But as you said, we're in a strong position. You'd like to think we're in a strong position going into that tournament, but without putting too much pressure on ourselves to start with.
Yeah, and lastly, you've mentioned Mickey a fair amount already. It was hoped that he'd be able to start with us this week. Unfortunately, COVID has put a delay on that slightly. However, I know you've had a lot of conversations with him, and what's that relationship been like so far?
Yeah, good. I mean, look, Mickey picked up the phone to me a few days after he'd signed with us, pretty much, and the conversations have been, healthy and strong. They've been very, very good. It's been a breath of fresh air, really. He, as much as he's not been involved in county cricket, or he hasn't been involved in county cricket, and probably doesn't know as much as he would like to right now, he knows a hell of a lot about our players, which is brilliant. I think he's done his research. He knows about the areas that we need to get better at, where we're strong and where we can bolster our side, etc. So and like as I've said, the conversations that we've had have been very, very healthy. The conversations that he's had with the players have been encouraging, and you can see they've got a spring in their steps. So look, where I don't think you can come any quicker for him to turn up in his kit and start his first session with us. But look, it is what it is. Unfortunately, he got struck down by COVID as well. He's feeling all right. He sent a message in saying that he's feeling fine, but he has to do his time in quarantine. And yeah, look, we're eagerly awaiting his arrival. So fingers crossed when he comes, the boys can kind of continue where they are at the moment, which is in a good place.